Welcome back to episode 11 of Grandmaster Pod. Now, it's been 2 weeks. We took a little break at Grandmaster Pod here. I took a little break. My wife, Sammy Jo, and Odie, our puppy, we took a break. A 2-week break. There was just so much going on, and then it also feels like even when there isn't a ton going on, the day I want to film the podcast, I have this very, very small window that I always step out of and end up being 20, 30 minutes longer than anticipated, like today. But you know what? That's the world we live in. I gotta turn this puppy down. Is that better, me? Yeah, that's better. Grandmaster's back. And we're ready for a podcast. This is episode 11. Thank you guys so much for sticking it out and watching the podcast. We got a lovely beverage today in my hand. It's a penguin, and we have a cafe, and they're both delightful. This is the coffee that I'm drinking. The carbonation in the coffee is wonderful today. And then we have the penguin over here with a hazelnut undertone. And it's in a Tim Hortons glass because Canadian. I'm very excited. Do you want to know why? Because it's podcast time. I was very stressed right before this. But immediately I'm feeling good. When I get into the swing of things, I've got my wife in front of me with our pup, and they're feeling good. They're having a good time. They're chilling. Odie's being quiet. We have some new equipment on the camera that doesn't affect this podcast, but will affect the next one positively. So we're moving forward. You know what I'm saying? We are moving forward. I also wanted to dip my toes in the water. Actually, let me go into the camera equipment first before I say that. But right now, I'm upgrading my camera equipment for the podcast and for videos. So videos, I just bit my tongue, and that hurt so much. And then it made me talk. It's very strange. That hurt so much. We're back. Videos are coming back to the channel, is what I'm trying to say. You dumbass me. Videos are coming back to the channel, the funny comedy good ones. Whatever videos I want to make, the silly ones, the skits, the sketches, the comedy. But they're coming back because I've got new camera equipment. I've got a new microphone for this camera. So if you don't know, I'll do the specs of this camera really quick for you guys who care, because I know some of you care for sure. Those of you that don't, it's just going to be 60 seconds of your time to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in a small donation to the Lord and Jesus' Savior. So right now, the camera that we record this podcast with is a Panasonic Lumix GX85. And then I have a small rig cage on it with a wooden handle on the right side. And then I actually have, this is a cool microphone that we're not using yet, but I'll be using the vlog. No, it's not connected. Somebody just asked me if it affected this camera, but it's not connected to it right now. The microphone I'm using for that camera for whatever sketches I'm going to do and shit is actually a Shure VP83F, which is really cool. I fucking love this thing. I don't know how well it performs just yet. I've listened to some tests, and then I loved it compared to the Zoom or the Rode mic that everybody uses, the Rode video mic. And then the alternative is a Shure. There's a million alternatives, but we used to use at SB7, which I loved, which is this mic, but not the F version, just the Shure VP83. And it was just like an alternative to the Rode, but this one records into the actual mic on a mini SD card, and it has like gain in increments of 1, which is super cool. I'm nerding out. Grandmaster's nerding out. Okay? But so this mic's gonna hopefully be really fucking cool, man. I'll be able to use it connected to the camera. I can plug it into, actually I can't plug it into this camera. That's why I got this as well. It doesn't have a mic input, but it can be wireless, right? So it runs on batteries, and it records onto the thing. So I could take it off the mic and walk around and have a completely wireless microphone sync to a video. So it's kind of like a secret lav situation, except it's not secret. So if I wanted to film something from really far away, we'll get that nice Zoom audio, which will be cool. Not Zoom audio. We'll get that shotgun audio. I'm really excited about it, though. Let me get really fucking high in my register. I'm excited about it because then I'll be able to be more creative with what videos I want to film. You know what I mean? I don't have to be right in front of the camera. I could put the camera up and be miles away and walk past the frame and like say some bullshit into the microphone. It's super cool. We'll see. That is some good Perrier. It's been a really cool 2 weeks, though. A lot has happened. I probably would have filmed the podcast if I had some more downtime, but it's been a crazy ride of 2 weeks. That's for sure. On the SB7 side, we filmed the podcast, not the last one, but I think the one before that, 3 times. Because fucking Party Boy Steve, I don't know why I said Party Boy, he never parties, but Party Boy Steve, I forget, the first time he only recorded the audio for the first 5 minutes of the podcast, and then the second time he thought that he fixed that, but still only recorded the first 5 minutes, plus the SD card didn't work on the camera or something, so we ended up having to record that 3 times. That's why it was a shit show, but it was fun, and we're having a ton of fun with that podcast, and as we said on those podcasts, you guys will understand everything that's going on pretty soon. You'll find out here. I'll probably make a video discussing everything, what's going on. We'll talk about it on the SB7 podcast, but we're moving to the moon. Anyways, that's not what we're doing. I wish we could move to the moon. Did I peak? Absolutely. What else happened? I actually had shit written down to talk about in the beginning, but we went off the rails on a crazy train. Okay, so another reason why I'm super excited is your boy has finished a song. All right, I can't show you it yet. I don't have a release date, but I think it will be within a month, I want to say. I hope. The song is... Can I say the title? Yeah, sure. I can't even say the title. I probably wouldn't yet. But it's a collaboration with me and Nick from, the Rex. And we had so much fun making this song, man. So much fun. I went over, because I have like no time, literally no time. My days are packed with work and just busy. And Nick is recording sessions. That fucking guy is the hardest working musician I've ever met in my entire life. And by hardest working, I mean like he fucking loves it, dude. And I love music and shit, but like after doing it for like an extended period of time in one session or whatever, I get tired and my creativity is like it dwindles by the end of it, and then I need to stop and I need to like fucking touch myself and watch Trailer Park Boys for a night and then wake up and do it again. But Nick will do it for like the longest amount of time ever of all time. We went to his studio. The first night was, I don't even remember, but by the last session we had, the last session we had was long too. The second last session where we basically finished the song minus some like one last touch up sort of thing, was I think 15 straight hours in the studio from 3 p.m. till like 7 or 8 in the morning, something like that. And then I had to work at 9 a.m. the following day. Slept till 9, woke up, worked. It was wild, man. Never felt more like a musician in my life. Perrier. Perrier. I'm drinking coffee and calling it Perrier, and vice versa with the Perrier. How awesome is that? But it's been crazy, man. We finished the song. It took us like 3 sessions, which is like really short. I think a total of like, I want to say 40 hours, which really isn't much. But Nick is a genius, and he's got the slowest fucking computer in the world. Does that make sense? A computer. Should I be moving over? I don't know. But his computer's so slow, man. I can't imagine his workflow if he got a new computer. I was like, dude, buy a new computer. He's like, I know, I just don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just if I'm going to buy a computer, it's got to be like $5,000 computer, you know? I'm like, yeah, we'll get it. Do it. Because his computer, it's like an Apple. It's not even a bad computer, but it's like a laptop Apple MacBook computer, but it's so fucking slow. Though he is actually... he's got the biggest sessions open, but like the thing it tries to die. It tries to just be done with the session, and he's lost shit too, man. We lost a song that we did a long time ago, and then we magically recovered it. One of his buddies was able to like bust open the hard drive and fucking revive it from who knows where corrupted data goes. But the song should hopefully come out pretty soon. We just don't want it to conflict with anything else. But it's cool, man. It's fun. It's kind of like it's got new, unique style to it, and it also has like good 80s vibes to it, like Jesse's Girl. Dun, 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 dun. I know that's not that probably isn't the best way to hype up this song, but
I don't think it sounds old.
no. I mean, we took like an old 80s sound and tried to like modernize it and massage it into something that seems fresh and kind of like group love, you know? But super excited for that to release. It's like done now, like mastered and everything. I listen to it in the car all the time. But your boy's going to be releasing music pretty frequently these days, as long as Nick wants to keep doing shit with me, that's for sure, because he's a phenomenal producer, phenomenal musician in general, but I love working with him. I love writing with him. I love producing with him. We're just in the studio fucking drinking 12 coffees, staying up till 6 a.m, making music. We'll spend 3 hours on something and then be like, nah, you know what? Now that I listen to it, this whole segment doesn't match the tone of the song. Scrap. And just like he'll save that for something else, and then we'll go back to what we were working on or come up with something new. But like, it's super fun, man. I fucking love it. He's a freak with a jittery, slow-ass computer. And I love it. What else have I been up to the past 2 weeks? You might be asking yourself. Well, we saw Detective Pikachu yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, it was yesterday. Pretty sure. When was it? It wasn't yesterday? Oh, it was the day before yesterday. But it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, how do you not enjoy a Pokemon movie as someone who grew up like somewhat a 90s kid? You know what I mean? Playing Pokemon for like fucking thousands of hours, and then finally there's a real life Pokemon movie. Amazing. Nostalgic, fun. We're just going to go into some of the details of what I thought of the movie and another movie really quick. Just that we have a small movie segment on this podcast. It's not a movie segment. I mean, we don't have a movie segment. It's not a movie podcast. But it was good. I didn't think the writing was great. The story needed work. I don't know. It was nice that they tied up every storyline, though, because some movies will add... No. I mean, wrap up. Like, it's a common, like, when you make a movie, you either resolve the story in a positive way or you resolve it in a negative way, but it's usually resolved as far as I know. But they at least wrapped up all the little storylines in the movie. I fucking hate when movies don't. They'll like, there's the main storyline and then there's other people's like situations that can be resolved and usually are in films, but you'll be following the main storyline and then a side character does something. This isn't in Detective Pikachu. This is just something I don't like in movies. You'll see a side character or some other character have some sort of thing going on and you're interested in it, and they kind of develop it the littlest bit where you're interested to see what happens with that, and then nothing happens with it. The movie ends and it was pointless to even be in the film. You know, that happens from time to time, and fuck that. Whoever does that, fuck that. We go up another register for that. Perrier. Good eating. We're going to see a screening.
Yeah.
Is it even out yet?
I don't know.
Or does it come out today? Now,
Let's see.
yeah, I'm a little embarrassed that we're going to see this, but no, I'm also not, because who knows, man? It could be fucking great, but we're going to see a screening today, a private screening. If I can private screening, let me just say that it's a private screening. Probably early.
Comes out on Friday.
No way, we're seeing an early screening?
Yeah.
Kidding me? Hold up.
Real D.
Now,
Headquarters.
it's not like this is a James Cameron movie, but where is it? Real D.
Real D headquarters.
The company Real D, who does like the 3D glasses, hit up Sammy Joe and said, you want to come see a screening of Aladdin on today, the Sunday day? And she said, well, fuck yeah. Actually, you almost said no. And then I said, yes, we will be seeing that. And she had a +1, and I'm kind of her +1. So that's pretty cool. And it's kind of like I scratch her back, she scratched my tits. We are also going to Soho House for a screening of a show we could not give a fuck about. Now, I got invited to that one, and I asked if I could have a +1. They said no. I then said, please. They said no. They then said, but if you know any other influencer friends who want to go, shoot them at me. I said, well, my +1 happens to be my wife, who also happens to be an influencer. They then said yes. So she kind of got that herself, but I pushed it. I pushed the envelope. And if you don't know what Soho House is, neither do I, kid. Neither do I. But all I know is it's in a Hoodie Allen song.
Do you know what it is, though?
I mean, no. It's like a club.
Exclusive club for celebrities. Like Justin Bieber is a member, and you can only get a membership by being invited by a member and apply. And it costs a lot of money each year. And
Oh,
then you
God.
go there to, like,
So it's a
have your own
fucking country
theater
club for
and
famous
restaurant.
people. I hate that. But also, I want to go see what's in there. You know, like, is there going to be naked people with sushi all over their bods? Probably. I think if Justin Bieber goes to Soho House, there's going to be naked people with sushi on their bods. There's going to be people with sushi on their bods, right? I think there might be people with sushi on their bods. That's all I'm saying. Perrier. But we're going to that too. That one, I just want to go because it was kind of cool to be invited to Soho House, even though I don't know what it is or why it's even cool. I don't know why. I want to go. I mean, I want to go see what it's all about. Who wouldn't want to go see what's in there? You know, could be a bunch of dead people. It could be fake. We could be getting killed. But we're A-list actors.
And they have them in different cities, like New York. And
Oh, really? They do?
Remember, you could go to them in different places. So
I didn't know
you
that.
could go be exclusive and away from the average.
That definitely sounds like the shittiest, most lame thing I've ever heard in my life, but I still want to go see what it's about. But I don't even know what show it is. It's some screening for a new season of some bullshit show. I looked it up and it just looks god awful. If they're not watching, it's not a sponsorship. They just asked if we wanted to come. I mean, do they want honesty or do they want me to lie and be like, it's the best fucking... If it was a good show, everyone would know about it already. You know what I'm saying? Straight to the head, bitch. When you burp, you should hold it in and then say straight to the head, bitch. You know, just like Tenacious D. Fucking, the coolest thing ever, Crank, my buddy Crank, Crank Gameplays, if you don't know who he is, he's a YouTuber. He just did a charity stream with Jack Black. What? They're just singing Tenacious D songs on Rock Band together. And I was like, yes, in person together. Danar. I think it's probably the charity probably brought them together because Crank's like a big YouTuber.
Was it just them two?
I think Alana from RT as well was there. So very fucking cool. And I was also there. And we all had a great time. I was invited. Actually, I couldn't go. I just didn't feel like it. I was like, charity? I don't think so. Hey.
Want to talk about your Ellen episode?
My Ellen episode? I mean, it rerun, so that was cool. But we don't have TiVo or anything, so I only got pictures. Let me see. What else we got? Oh, yeah. So we're going to see Aladdin today at Real D. And I'm going to bring my D with me. My dog. You perverts, get your head out of the fucking gutter. Okay? I'm kidding. We're not going to bring our dog. But what else happened? Oh, yeah. So this is just a quick mention as well. Shouts out to my dog, Odie Meal. We brought him to the vet to get his fucking vet shots. Can I just say, hey, most people with dogs, control your dogs. Control your dogs. Just simply control your dogs. Bafangu, okay? Control your dogs. How difficult is it to control your fucking dogs? I don't understand people. There is the two most, I don't know, like some dogs are cute and some aren't. That's how it is. I didn't make them ugly. They're ugly. There was these two ugly dogs who are overfed, obviously. And that just adds to the whole annoyance of it because they were just too big to be humping their owner. And their owner's just letting these two big fucking dogs bark at the top of their fucking lungs and hump her. And it's literally like a sharp bark that hurts everybody's ears in there, obviously. And we were across the room and there were people closer. God bless them. Rest in peace. They died that day. The dogs easily could have been like, shut up. And she's like sitting there kind of like laughing, going like, oh, stop. Like, this isn't fucking cute, dude. This isn't cute. Like, your dogs are annoying. Come on. It was truly, truly fucking painful to the ears. I wanted it to stop. Everybody wanted to stop. It was scaring Odie. It was scaring every dog in there. And then it was getting other dogs to be fucking crazy. It's like, just control your dogs, man. raise better dogs, do better, be better, make your dogs be better. They're bad because of your neglect or your negligence or ignorance or poor training. Whatever the fuck it is, man, it's your fault, not the dogs. But just shut them up.
And the biggest red rockets.
Oh, yeah. And the things were just getting fucking hard. They were getting hard and hung. Just imagine, close your eyes with me really quick, everybody listening. Now, you're saying, what the fuck is a red rocket? I don't know what a red rocket is. Okay, so close your eyes, like I said. Now imagine you're 7 years old. You're 7 years old. Your mom's with you. If you don't have a mom, pretend you have a mom. Your mom's with you. She pulls out of her purse a bright red lipstick. Okay, and then she takes the cap off. She holds the lipstick up. The light shines on it. That's a nice looking lipstick. She twists the lipstick and you see just a big red, it's like a big red lipstick coming out of the container that from the lipstick. So the lipstick is the dog's dick in the situation. So that's what you can open your eyes now, everybody. You can all lipstick. That's right. Yeah, so the dog's had a big old penis hanging out, and it was like getting hard and soft and hard and soft. It's like, come on, take a Viagra. But it was humping her and just barking, and then it would stop, and then it would... And I know that this sounds like just a problem I shouldn't be complaining about, but welcome to a podcast, idiot. This is where we talk about shit. Anyway, control your dogs, you know? And no, they weren't rescues that like were troubled. They were her dogs for her whole life that she poorly trained. So I'm allowed, you know. But pissed me off. Made it a terrible experience for everyone in there. Small room, probably the size of the dojo. Everyone's sitting around at the walls, and the dogs are just going fucking crazy. And I didn't like them. I didn't like your dogs, lady. I don't want to see them again. Perrier. What else we got? Yeah, just the terrible barking dog. I was thinking because of that shit that made me mad, I was thinking about my road rage. I was thinking about how I give myself road head. Sometimes if I'm pissed off, put it in park, pull the E-brake up, pull the D-brake up, and get sucking. You know what I'm saying? Dicks out, boys. Let's get sucking. I don't really have road rage. I think I have like normal road rage, but you know, in LA, that's where boys become men to boys again. Okay? There's almost no way that you will not encounter road rage driving in LA if you have a job that requires you to be driving every day or multiple times a week even. They're just like, you can be the happiest person in the world. I'm a very happy person in general. I think I've just figured it out for the most part. But I also think it's healthy to be sad sometimes too, because it's like Jim Carrey said something, and he's not as crazy as everybody thinks he is. Okay, he's just there's a disconnect as far as what he understands, and you know. But maybe he's fucking crazy. I don't know. I love him, but I forget what he said. He said depression. Oh wait, no, I don't think it's a quote from him, but he was talking about it in like a motivational speech or something from like years ago. Depressed, think about it like deep rest, that your soul, you know what I mean? Like you're acting the way you are and the happy person that you are. And that really is just like, you know, everything is an idea. This is fucking crazy. Now I can't explain it well because I understand it, but like I can't really reiterate it properly. But you're projecting happiness and stuff like that because that's what you think you should be doing. You know what I mean? Because that makes you happy and whatever. But then like, that's not naturally what the state of your person is. Does that make sense? That's not the natural state of your person on its own by itself, and your brain and your body needs to like chill out and like emit sadness too. I don't know. That's just what I agree with that, the way Jim Carrey was talking about it, but it makes sense. Deep rest, depressed, deep rest. We all need to be sometimes. It also just kind of coincides with the idea of like, you know, if you're happy all the time, and you don't feel sad, you don't have that contrast to compare it to then value happiness more than sadness and shit. How did we get talking about this?
I like it.
Cool, thanks very much. Perrier. It's called a running gag, by the way. Sammy Joe did that to me. If you're wondering why I did that, I did a little pretend to have a dick in my mouth thing. Yeah. So anyways, you get road rage. That's what I was talking about. You get road rage in LA, man, and it's bad. People are terrible fucking drivers in LA. Everybody knows it. It's not a unique perspective, I know, but I thought about it recently because I got road rage, and I'm a pretty happy guy, but everyone does this. You do the thing where if somebody does something bullshit in front of you, you pass them much faster than you need to. Aggressive. Like if they hear you, the sound of your engine, the louder they hear your engine, the deeper they hurt for what they've done to you. You deserve to pass them. You know, don't be harder on yourself. You pass them, let the engine roar. They then know they were wrong and you're right. That's how it works. It's okay if you hit him first. He's still wrong, or she. We're not going to judge here. What else did I do the past couple weeks? I did so much shit, man, but it's hard to remember it all because, again, like I said on one of the other podcasts, doing this once a week, I'm able to remember everything from that week, talk about it. It keeps my memories flowing. Excuse me, I'm throwing up. But after not doing it, I think it's been like 2 weeks now. I can't remember what the fuck I did in 2 weeks. I'm a man. I have $1 billion. I do so much shit, man. I do a life's worth of stuff every day. After this, I'm going to the moon. Remember when they said that shit where you could pay a certain amount of money to go to the moon? Did anyone ever do it? Did anyone ever do it? Did it ever happen? Was it real? Can we verify that? Oh man, I had my computer recording the screen and I didn't even show anything. This was like 10 years ago when that came out.
No, kind of recently. You spent $10 million and you could go up for like 6 months into orbit.
But I remember this. I remember that coming out. Maybe not the moon, yeah, into space. But I remember you could go up at like 10 years ago when that all was like you can now spend X amount of dollars to go up into space.
Maybe they're working on it.
You know what I mean? Has anyone done it?
Maybe they're up there.
Hey, let me know in the comments. Have you been to space yet? How is it? Is it as cold as everyone says it is? What about the floaties? You're floating up there? What else to do? Oh yeah, we went to this cool place for dinner for Mother's Day, which was really fun too. Sammy Joe's mom got to come down, and her stepdad Dow, and my brother-in-law, I almost said Brandon, Alex. It was great. We went to this fucking dinner place called Chin Chick Grin in Sawtell, and let me just tell you. Skiddly yum yum do. Absolutely great. The Japanese have figured it out food-wise, man. Is ramen Japanese? There's a question for Sammy Joe. She's looking up to the left.
They have ramen in Sawtell, and Sawtell is Japantown.
True. Hey, who knows?
Yeah.
Ramen. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. Chin Chick Rin, Hiroshima. Okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki. It's a Japanese pancake, and it's so good. Now I remember to bring this over. I've got a tab open. The horse is in the back. Horse head is a tail. Look at this thing, man. I picked the tiniest fucking Chinchikorin. So this is the same picture I picked up. It's the tiniest picture in the world, but
I have a picture of it.
It's so good. I have it up here. It's all good. It's like a layer of cabbage, then it's like a layer of noodle, right? Then like ramen noodle. No, I mean on the bottom, the flat pastry kind of layer. It's like a pancake, like a really, really thin, tiny pancake. Then cabbage, then ramen noodles, then and some beef mixed in or pork, and then a bunch of other bullshit and like cheese and stuff on top. And it's in the shape of a pancake. It's circular. It's delicious. You cut it up. They give you these little forks. What are they? A mini spatula, literally. And you eat it off this hot plate, man. Yum, yum. I'd like some, It's just so good. You eat with this little spatula. You just cut it up and you eat it. Anywho, brought it up because if you live in LA, go there. It's so good, dude. Not a sponsor, obviously. We're a very small podcast. But, dude, such a good time. It's one of those foods that, like, you've never had anything like it. And then you have it and you're like, holy shit, what a cool flavor for my mouth to experience. Sometimes your taste buds get tired of the same old. waking up every morning, mint, milk and cereal, sandwich, steak. All of those are great, but you gotta try something new once in a while, man. My taste buds want to dance around. They want to dance around and make love on a Chin Chikarin Hiroshima Akutom. What is it? Akunaminami? Aku. I think I've got it. Where is it? Akunamayaki. Okonomiyaki. Hell yeah. I'm allowed to do that accent. Okay? I'm not mocking anybody. I'm a big fan, as a matter of fact. What else we got? And what time are we at? I hope I haven't rushed.
It's been a half hour.
We're good. No, that feels good. That feels good. Good pacing, huh? Is this good pacing, y'all? Yeah, I talked about the oh yeah, actually I didn't talk about the lens. So I told you about the gear I got for my camera, but yesterday. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. But there's better lighting here. I don't know how much you can tell. But like I said, I moved the camera back and zoomed in more, so it might look shallower, if that makes sense. There's more light in here. Excuse me. Too much coffee makes me burp, you know? But I also yesterday just paid $900 for a new lens because I currently have the kit lens, which is not bad with this, but it like is like a retractable one and doesn't have a focus ring on it. So fuck that. But I just bought the Panasonic, because this is a Micro Four Thirds lens or camera, and like it's mirrorless, right? I think it's all mirrorless. But anyways, I just got bought a lens for it that is a Panasonic 12-35 f2.8 Mark II. And it was like $900. So it's the most expensive lens I've ever bought. I probably could have got it cheaper used, but I sometimes don't trust it. I'm thinking, what if there's just something wrong and they dropped it and like it works and you can hardly tell, but like it's a little grainier or like some bullshit that just fucks up, you know, and it's just not worth it. But I also once bought a Tamron lens for when I had a 70D used, and it was great and it worked fine. And I bought like this mic. This mic is used, but it's basically brand new. I never talked about that when I went and got this, man. I drove like 2 or 3 hours to go get this mic to do this podcast, man. And where did I go? I don't know. But when I met up with the person there, Ventura. Yeah. It started raining and she's just handing me the box in the rain. And I was like, it's electronics. In the rain. And I was like, put it under my shirt. And I was like, later. I should have gave her less money. Well, it was for a guy, but he had his wife or something come out and give me that fucking mic. Think about how much money I've spent to do this podcast for you guys. For me, for you. I just want you to know. Let's throw some change around here. Laptop. I forget how much it was. It's a lot of money. This whole setup costs a lot just to make YouTube videos. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, true. Somebody was saying Patreon. Maybe I will. We'll see. I'd love to know if that's something you guys would want to help with, because then, you know, we would do more. Much more. Much more. We'll see. I want to make it worth it if we do something like that too. I don't just want to like cash grab. But that would be awesome to be able to get paid to do my channel. Dude. Nuts. Can't even imagine. Is there anything else I want to look at? Oh yeah, let's look at the Aladdin thing really quick. Boosh. We're on Aladdin. I'm really late to the game with this, but good Lord, that is terrible. Will Smith plays, what's his name? Genie. Jesus. What's his name? Genie. He plays Genie, but when they first, I hope that they reanimated it. Or CGI or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But his face, like, didn't fit the head. Haters will say that it's intentional. It doesn't look intentional. It just looks dumb. You know? But I think Will Smith was a good choice because he's awesome. But I feel like they could have casted better for that. R.I.P. Robin Williams, you know? Guy was a fucking legend, dude. I think I will... If Jim Carrey ever passes away, man... Oh, dude. I'm being destroyed. I'll be destroyed. If Jim Carrey passes away, I've passed away. He is a living legend. What else?
You want to show Odie?
Yeah, you guys want to see Odie? A little update? Bring him over here, babe. Please don't touch the camera. You're going to hit the camera and knock it up. Wait. You can bring him. Do you want to bring him?
I don't want to.
Let me put this down.
Wait.
Audio listeners!
They can't see me down here.
Babe, you don't have to hide. You can just bring him up because you're going to knock the thing over.
What am I knocking?
You're going to knock everything over.
I'm not. There you are.
All right.
I'm not going to do that.
Here's Odie. Look how big he is.
Can I snort?
Oh, man. Perfect timing, Odie. Good shit.
Hide his wiener.
Oh, I'm sorry. Quit looking at my dog's wiener. Look how beautiful he is. This is Odie. He's already been on the podcast once. I love you. You're so loved, Odie. He's so sweet. He's precious. He's 4 months and a bit old. And this is his last day with us.
Wait.
We're giving him back. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. But he's so sweet, man. Oh, I just want to cut the podcast and love him. Bye, podcast. You're so sweet. What do you think of Aladdin? Does Will Smith look like a crazy person? Was that bad casting? Odie? Oh, he's totally content just chilling in the dojo with Grandmaster. You know? I think we should move on to potentially advice column because I don't think I did it on the last podcast. Burping! Oh, mate, wait first. Mate, wait. About the lens. Anyways, bought that dope-ass lens. So we're going to be doing YouTube stuff. I want to do a series on this channel. Or I might just do more of the random sketches and stuff. We'll see. Excuse me, I'm so burpy. I don't know why. I want to talk about freaks in Venice because I've been in Venice recently. But there's so many freaks in Venice. Let's move on to the advice column. Because it's 12:02. Odie boy. Moving on to the... I'm going to put Odie down. Bye, honey. Throw. Just kidding. Where's your mommy? Yes, we say mummy. I don't think there's a problem with that. You know? We actually don't... I just want to set the record straight here, too. With this. I think it's bad when people treat their dogs like actual children. But we've found the good, the line of, it's a dog... But you're allowed to love the shit out of him. And you're allowed to have him think you're his parents / pack leader. You know? Because we are the parental role of him as a baby dog. So we are his parents. And she is his mommy. And I am his dada. But he doesn't sleep in our bed. He doesn't, go in a fucking stroller. He's not a child. He's a dog, but we are his parents. As he looks at us. I hope he looks at us as his parents. You know what I mean? But we're not yeah, we have a kid. There's a line. There is a line. I totally agree. Past the line, it's annoying. But no, we have a beautiful baby puppy who's very dependent and he's very much wants to be around. They love being around people. And that's that. That is absolutely it. Okay? Yeah, he's snorting. He's on my side. It's my fucking dojo. And I will. What video was that? Oh, that was Sugar Pine 7. I'm the captain of this ship and I will. You will what? Remember? Good times. Anywho, let's move on to some advice. We're at the 40-minute mark. This podcast is brought to you by this podcast. If anybody wants to sponsor the podcast, let me know. We have a very low threshold for what we'll sponsor. Got a condom? We can do that too. Ooh, pine cone. We'll even take a sponsorship for a Hitman company. For skinny tea. Definitely. What else would we take? We would take light bulbs. You need some light bulbs? We got you covered. Use code GregMeeting. Use code GMP. See, we're just waiting for the sponsors to come in because we're ready. We're ready. We're the sponsors. We're ready. I get Instagram sponsorships now and again. Got to post one today. Oh, this will come out after that. So it's obvious, but there's this speaker. Never mind. Don't want to give them any more attention.
Yeah.
They're already getting better than they deserve. Because we need to save for a home one day. He. Okay, let's do some advice, yeah? Gerald, oh yeah, I need some advice. Oh yeah, Gerald. Oh yeah, Gerald. Yeah, these are olds. This is from like March 30th. This guy's name is Guitar McPoopies. Howdy, Sid. AKA the Grand Master. It's me again, this time in need of some advice. I mostly have female friends, and I just recently have become very close to 2 of them. They're my best friends and have been for ages, and mostly keep to themselves. My problem is that I think that I like both of them. They came to my birthday party the other day and kept talking about how they want to have boyfriends. I feel that if I date one of them, I'd be taking them away from the other, but I would like to have someone to hang out with in a romantic manner. Grandmaster, what should I do? Cheers! Hopefully yellow belt. Gully McWilly. My name is pronounced Where? Go where? Where? Ga where? Where go where? All right. Anyways, that's a tough one. You said they're your best friends. I mostly have female friends, and just recently have become very close to 2 of them. I don't think dating one of them. There's a way you can date one of them. I hope that you can decide which one you like, because it's like. But you're saying you want to hang out with someone in a romantic way, meaning you just want to hook up with one of them. It's just all got to be on the same page. Grandmaster thinks that it's just all got to be on the same page. The person that you want to hook up with from that group needs to know that you just want to hook up with them. And the other girl needs to know that that's what you want too. And then there's just like a lot of communication that likely is too uncomfortable to happen in that circumstance. But like, if you can have a relationship, if it's sexual or whatever, have a relationship with one of those girls, and it be not weird, that's your goal. So like, you don't want to have to like hook up with them and then you don't want to do it anything, or they want to date you and you don't want to date them, and then you now can't be her friend, and then she's really good friends with the other girl, and then they're shit talking you because you hooked up with her and then left or whatever, like, which is shitty. But there just has to be a lot of communication. If they're like some of your best friends and you like both of them, and what are you gonna say, babe?
The nose you got. It was Red Nose Day, and that was the Jack Black thing.
Oh, that's what that is?
That's the red nose.
Cool. Oh, very cool. Red Nose Charity Day. Everyone give Jack Black money. Just kidding. It's for a charity. Anyways, with that, man, that's a tough situation because there's possible results of like ruining friendship with the girl you're hooking up with, and then also ruining the friendship with the other girl because those 2 girls are close. So like you just have to be like crazy blunt and on the same page, because if you're blunt, you can look like an asshole if they don't feel the same way. But if you're blunt and they feel the same way, then nobody's getting hurt, everything's fine, and rock and roll, dude. Play a little rock and roll. So that's my advice to you, my dog. This next one. Let me see. This guy's name is Esteban Cartier. Hey, Kib. I love the podcast and pretty much everything you do. Did I already read this? I'm 19 and experience with life is really offer. Okay, maybe this just also is a common thing with everyone, that you guys like everything I do. Anyways, I like the podcast and pretty much everything you do. I read that twice so I can validate myself. I finally worked up the courage to ask something. I'm 19 and just started to experience what life really has to offer. All of my friends and myself are going to school and living our lives, which is where my problem is. I feel like my friends and the people around me have something going on and are really living their lives. All I do is go to work, go to school, occasionally go out. I feel like I have nothing that I really do to latch onto every day. Every day kind of feels like the same and somewhat pointless. I just wanted to know if you have any advice for just having motivation to do things, or how to find like a hobby or just something to do that will make me happy and not feel like I'm wasting my life. Sorry if this was a downer. Keep up the good work, Grandmaster. It's not a downer, dude. Are you kidding me? Hey, man, welcome to life. I mean that in like a good way. Like, welcome to life. where you don't know what your purpose is or what can make you happy sometimes or what you should be doing, comparing yourself to other people who are around you who seem to be doing better. Like, that's every single person on this earth, man. Are you kidding me? Like, dude, what you're experiencing is literally the most common things that every person experiences, you know? Like, it sounds like you said you're 19. Oh, dude, yeah. At 19, you're supposed to be like working a shitty job that you don't really like, and just going out whenever you can with whatever money you have. And if you're in college or you're not or whatever, and you're just hanging out with friends, like you're just supposed to be kind of like, you're not even in the world yet. You're just hanging out. You're just, you know what I mean? Figuring it out. And we're still figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out. I feel like I've got it pretty well, but I'm still figuring it out, you know?
Did he say he's going to college?
Blah, 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 blah. He's going to school. Yep. All of his friends are going to school and living their lives. But the main thing is don't compare yourself to your friends, because some people are more introverted, some people more extroverted, some people like to go out all the time and some people don't. And you change as well. I used to love going out. Sammy Joe used to love going out all the time and partying and having fun and stuff like that. But like, I don't really care to go out as much anymore. You know, I just don't care. Like, why would I want to go out to satisfy the idea that I should be going out more because I'm young? Like, that doesn't even make sense. That's just an idea that young people go out and that's what you're supposed to do and that's fun and you're going to regret it if you don't later. Like, no, I'm not, because I'm enjoying everything I do. Everything I do right now, I'm making the choice to do what I enjoy or to be around the people I want to be with. You know what I mean? To have the experiences that I want to have. And I don't regret anything in my life so far. I'm only 24, but like, I'm living the way I want to live in the world that I live in and in my circumstance, in my situation. You know, if I had $1 million, would I quit working and go to Japan? Totally. You know what I mean? Maybe not Japan, but like, do what you feel you want to do in your circumstance, in your situation, with whatever means you have. Question in the back.
Well, just some advice, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's in school, that's a great time to get involved with different clubs and organizations.
True.
Because he said he's trying to like find a thing, and that the only way you're gonna find your passion is to try a bunch of different things, see what you like.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I was fortunate enough to kind of just know what I wanted to do and want to do it so bad that it gave me tons of motivation forever. I still have it. You know what I mean? There are times when I don't, but like everyone, but you know, I got lucky with just knowing that like, that seems amazing. Holy shit, I want to do that. And I believe in myself enough that I can do that. So there's just always motivation, and I just knew what I wanted to do. And that lane changes, but some people don't. Exactly.
I didn't.
Yeah, Sammy Joe didn't.
Found it.
Exactly.
Just getting involved in things that sounded interesting.
Sammy Joe's suggestion, yeah, is exactly to like try a bunch of things that seem interesting to you, and you may love it, you may hate it, but like you'll eventually find something that you like. And you know, if that's joining a soccer team and you decide, holy shit, I want to be a professional soccer player. I didn't even know I wanted to. And that doesn't mean you have to be, you know, amazingly good at whatever it is that you try soon. Or like you join a club and like, you may not be great at it, but if you fucking love it, man, if you love that more than anything in the world, whatever you end up finding that you love as a hobby, that if you love that more than anything, that's what you'll succeed at most, because that's what you'll do the best at naturally, in time, with practice. That's what you'll want to practice more with, more than anything else, than forcing yourself to do, you know, the like, well, that's what I should do, and I don't really want to do it. Like, if you don't want to do it, then you're not going to do your best. You know? And like someone said, I don't remember who it was, but like you can fail at the things you don't want to do in life. So you should try to do the things you do want to do. You know what I mean? Like, that's so true. Literally. If I want to be a lawyer, I don't really want to be a lawyer, but a lawyer for me in my situation, some people fucking want to be a lawyer and that's amazing and they can make tons of money, but I go, oh, I should be a lawyer, make a lot of money. I don't really want to do it. There's a good chance I won't be able to become a lawyer, but I spend all that time trying to do something I don't even want to do. Then you should just try to do the shit you want to do. But I know in your situation, you don't know what you want to do, but you're young, and like some people don't figure it out till they're like 25, 26, 27, still figuring out what they want to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally okay. You can't compare yourself to your friends, because they're different human beings. Think about how complex a single person is, their thoughts, their feelings, their perspective, their brain, you know, everyone's so different in what you enjoy. I know, but I know that you're looking for something to enjoy. But again, you just have to go out and look for try things. If that, there's so much to do, man. There's just so much to do, you know? And again, you're 19. You haven't wasted your life. Your life hasn't, your like career and your life grind hasn't even started. You know what I mean? It really hasn't. And eventually you'll find that. You just got to try things and you'll run into something you love. You know what I mean? You just will. I hope that helps, man. Hope that helps, my dude. Let's jump into another one. What time we at? Cool. I think we have time for one more, and then I'll whip my dick out. Yeah. Let me see here. We've got... I hope I didn't read this one. I doubt I did, right? Oh, here's one. Okay. Oh, what did someone say? Happy birthday. April 18th is when this was sent. I should have done a birthday podcast, dude. Or did I? I did. So this is from a while ago. Before I read this last one, if you have any advice and you want to get some advice from Grandmaster, my subjective advice, you can email grandmasterpod@gmail.com with whatever issues or relationship advice, whatever relationship with whomever it may be. I'll give you my sage advice, you know. This one's from William Cow. He says, happy birthday, Grandmaster Kib. I've been listening to your podcast since the beginning. In fact, I've been a dedicated fan to both you and Steve since the Minecraft days, but we don't need to talk about that. Hey, man, I don't regret the Minecraft days. It's more of like a joke and a meme to be like, ugh, Minecraft, you know? But Minecraft got me to where I am, sort of, you know? I just wanted to let you know that even when you and your and Steve's channels changed, I kept watching because the creator is fire no matter what type of content. You guys are definitely my main source of entertainment these days because you're all just so gosh darn funny. I hope you can keep doing what you're doing as long as you love it, and hope eventually the stand-up stuff works out for you too. Me too, I know, but I've really jumped into the music. Anyway, I don't really need any relationship advice. Damn it, dude, at this time. But I thought this was the only way to reach out to you and give you some encouragement and sneak in a little yellow belt promotion. I appreciate you. Thank you, Grandmaster. I appreciate you. I wanted to give some advice, but instead we kind of just boosted Grandmaster's ego. And that's a good thing, too. Perrier. All right, we need some advice up in this bitch. There's got to be one. Hannerd. Here we go. This is from Hannerd. Hey, kid. Been a fan since Boys Only Club. Meant you and Steve playing CSGO and not a pink podcast. Oh, our Boys Only Club. Holy shit, that's way back in the day. That's where Boys Only Club came from, just saying. Steve and I lived together in 2015, and we called our living room the Boys Only Club. So, like, you know, if people came over, because it was just really cool the way we had it set up with the Philips Hue lights, and we called the living room the Boys Only Club. And we were going to put paintings up of ourselves in there back when we were fucking... Yeah. But then we started calling Boys Only Club our CSGO, Counter-Strike CSGO games together, or a team or something. That's so funny. And then he took that name and made a podcast with Raina. And it's not in existence anymore. So this is the Boys Only Club now. Anyway, I want some advice on stress. I'm starting a new job, which doesn't stress me out in itself, but the fact that my schedule is getting busier does. Welcome to life as well. I've always been someone who plans and having so many things to juggle in a week. Schedule-wise is stressing me out. Not knowing what the next week will hold. All of my usual ways to relieve stress are things I don't have time for very often, like reading or art or video games. What's some ways you have found to relieve stress that I could fit into everyday life, or even do during the busy schedule? Feel free to shorten it, because goddamn, it was long. Please keep up the Grandmaster podcast. It's my favorite way to start the day, and almost caught up on Behind the Pine. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude. That's so nice. It's very nice to hear that people listen to this, the whole thing even, and are excited for it. That's a really nice compliment. I appreciate that. Very relatable though, Hennard. My life has gotten very jam-packed as well, and that is stressful. But it's, you got to look at it first off as a perspective. A way to not stress is by changing some of the way you look at, your jam-packed schedule. Would you rather have lots of things going on in your life that can contribute to your future success, or have nothing going on and you're sitting on your butt? You know what I mean? Doing nothing and your life and not being productive towards your future whatsoever. So the stress, with success comes stress, because you have to work for it. You have to fail. You got to 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 5 steps forward. You're finally ahead, but you went back so much, in the meantime. Like, life is stressful, and there's periods that are more stressful and there are periods that are less stressful. That's something, like, figuring out ways to relieve stress for me is definitely like watching an episode of something. If you haven't seen the Trailer Park Boys, watch that. That's a great, like, sit down and watch. I mean, you didn't say watch a movie, but there's a lot of things, man. It's like, what de-stresses me? Going for walks is one of them. If I'm having a stressful day or something, and say Joe and I just go for like a 10 minute walk, and it's nice out and we're going for a walk, like, that relieves a ton of stress. Talking, having a great conversation with someone you love, your best friend, like, just relieving some stress, hearing about their day, you know what I mean? Even if they're like, oh, it's stressful too, like, it feels relatable and you're not alone in this world. And, like, a conversation with a friend, a good conversation with a family member, go for a walk, do some exercise, quick exercise. What I used to do when I lived at home and I was stressing out, is I would lift weights. 10 minutes, I'd go real hard, lift weights, ton of push-ups, ton of exercise for 10 minutes, or even 5 minutes. Once you exert all that physical energy, you feel so good afterwards. Like, mentally, just like, it all goes away and your body's released endorphins from working out. So that's a quick hack. And even people, like, who work out all the time say the same thing. Like, if they're stressed, they go to the gym. By the time they're done, they don't even, like, totally worry about it at all. I'm not done yet, baby, but I want to hear yours after. Another one, like I said, if TV's one of them for you, watch the Trailer Park Boys, because the episodes are 20 minutes. So it's kind of like YouTube length-ish, but super funny show, super lighthearted. You just sit down and watch. You can watch one episode, 20 minutes, to calm down, chill, whatever, just, like, not have to think about whatever it is you're stressing about, just to enjoy that. That's a good one. I agree. Video games is tough because, like, for the most part, you can't sit down and play 10 minutes of video games. Like, you want to sit down and play 6 hours of video games. And I used to play like 12 hours of video games every single day, which I don't anymore because life's jam-packed. But I've replaced those with the shorter versions of stress relievers. But I'm also not thinking like I need to do this right now to relieve stress. They're just like parts of my life that like just happen. And I'm aware now that like those are definitely like calming, chilling, decompressing, I think is what I call it too. But what were you saying, babe? What's yours?
Well, your mindset helped me the most with my stress, being able to detach mentally from work, from the bigger picture of your real life and what's important.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. That's a huge one for me. Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with in the beginning until I started thinking of like things you can literally do. But the big one that totally is like an existential way of thinking, which really helps me once you truly believe what I'm about to say, and you like really, and it's just like that light bulb turns on, you're like, oh yeah, then it allows you to totally just like melt back into like, that stuff doesn't matter. And like stress comes back, but then again, that's where you just like, you turn that light back on, like that, like sudden realization. But the sudden realization is that, you know, your job and the things that you're stressing about are not big picture, end of life, full life things. They don't matter. The things that matter in your life forever, the things that matter forever, not for 3 years, 5 years, whatever. Because think back 5 years, what you cared about, what you cried about, what you stressed about, doesn't fucking matter 5 years later. It's not going to matter 20 years later a lot of the time. Think about that. And you just have to realize that like these things like work, your job that you might be at for 3-5 years or whatever, it doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. Yeah, you need some to survive, to not have to worry. But most people are fortunate enough to be able to have a job. So like if you can detach yourself when you're home, when you're off work hours, mentally detach yourself from work and detach yourself from the idea that matters long term as far as what you're stressing about. And you can go like, what actually matters? Like for me, my wife is what matters, is my forever. My dog is my forever till he passes away at age 15 or something. But like, you really have to decide that like, this is really what fucking matters, actually matters forever. And what is like material stress bullshit. You know what I mean? Because like, if I lost my job or Sammy Jo lost her job tomorrow, you know, like we'd figure it out and we'd get by, and that matters. And then any stress she's had, like you have to think about that. If you didn't have your job tomorrow, any stress you had at work for whatever bullshit reason, it didn't matter, you know? It's hard to iterate that in a way. I hope that like some of you kind of understand, because once it clicks, it really clicks. And then you can go like, work your hardest. That doesn't mean like be a dick and don't work hard at work. Work hard, attach yourself when you're there, but when you're not and it doesn't matter, detach from it. You know what I mean? I know some jobs are like that. YouTube is one that it's hard to detach, but you still have to, you know? With SB7, like we're worried about views and blah, 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 but like you have to go, oh, it doesn't matter if I make $1 million this year, if I make $100,000 this year, I make $50,000, like cool, that's material shit, but it doesn't matter long-term forever. Like, and again, someone said this too, like our fucking bodies are rented, man. Like you're born, you're in your body, and you die one day, you know? Like enjoy your life with what you have. Work towards getting more for sure, but like care about the things that matter, that really matter. That was a long thing. Anyway, hopefully that was coherent enough. Was that coherent enough, babe? Yeah. Ish? Not really, or were you not listening? You were listening, but it wasn't very coherent? Oh, you weren't listening and it was coherent? Probably. Then we're good. Thanks for watching Grandmaster Pod. I love you guys. You're great. More videos coming soon, so if you guys do want to see more videos, please let me know in the comment section of this. Let me know on Reddit. Start a Reddit. Follow my Grandmaster Pod Reddit. And let me know what you guys want to see. I'm still going to make what I want to make, but I'm going to be making a lot more content coming soon, because now I've invested money into, you know, the camera, the mic, the lenses, the batteries and shit. So I'd love to know, you know, what you guys want to see. You know, post like 2-3 videos a week plus the podcast. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Even one other video a week, so it'd be 2 videos a week. The podcast and a video would be great, which I can totally manage. So thanks for watching the pod. We'll see you in the next one. You may now exit the dojo. Bye, bye, bye.